component averages between 1.5, 1.75. Those are the kind of fees we earn in Kenya. It doesn't mean it will go below 1% at some times. Officially, it is illegal to negotiate fees, but it happens. Thank you.
And let's put our hands together for our presenters. But one of the issues that came up during the questions will require a response from a representative of ISEC. So I'd like to call him to quickly make a response to that. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Moderator. I think before I go on that, I want to quickly do something. I share in the vision of the Honorable that they want to see a day that the locals will be constructing 40-story buildings. I want to see, show some small, give some small comment. It looks like we on the African continent, professionals, we are too risk averse. And if we don't take risky projects and run them successfully, we are not helping our people to build their capacity. I probably want to see someone who has run a project being handled by a contractor who is into liquidation. I believe the first thing that will come into your mind, oh, you are into liquidation, please terminate the contract and let's find another person. But it is at that point that our services are required. The man is a local. He is into liquidation. Help bring that person up and complete the project. Then you are practicing as a professional quantity surveyor. It's not that all the time you want all machines, equipment set by the contractor. Then you just sit down. He has all the technical expertise. He is running the project. That is what we want to see. I have run a project where before we awarded the contract, the contractor had run into liquidation. He's on the national broadcast. Everybody was talking about the contractor. The MD had virtually run away. My colleagues told me, Kofi, let us terminate this contract. We are in trouble. How do you run a company, a project with such a contractor? And I told them, no, we can run it. 2 years down the line, we have delivered the project, 7-story, and with basement. And when you do things like that, and you tell the politician that, look, our locals can do it, they will take you serious. So this is the line probably we want. Let's take very difficult projects, use our expertise, run them successfully, bring them out of the problem, and you showcase them to the people that in whatever state our contractors are, we can make them. I think I'll end on that. Like the ISEC cost engineering, you know, simply put, the cost engineering is quantity surveying. But some countries in Europe, if you talk about Germany, Netherlands, France, Belgium, Spain, the way they developed their construction industry was centered around the architect and the engineer. There was nothing like quantity surveying for them to work with. So what they were doing was the architect designed the building project. With his limited knowledge, he comes out with certain cost centers, and they give the project to a project manager. So when you go to those countries, project management is very, very strong, and that is where ISEC come in. So ISEC is bringing together quantity surveyors, project managers, and cost engineers. Cost engineers, like I said, in those countries, are people who use cost estimate to run heavily engineering projects like railways, like heavy chemical plants, like the oil refinery. They are heavy, and they don't do serious cost analysis like we do. All what they do is they use what we call the cost book. And so if you want to do serious project audit, cost engineers do not, but the quantity surveyor can do project audit with their training, because you can break down the various facets of the cost centers and do critical analysis. So that is basically the difference. South Americans don't know project quantity surveyors, The Americans don't know. You go to Germany, France, Netherlands, Belgium, they don't know. We are now pushing it. Until recently, China also was doing cost engineering. Within a matter of 5 years, they were able to roll the quantity surveying practice. Now it's round about 5,000 universities, and they are also embracing. So let us acquire more knowledge. That is the difference, and that is what will make us. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together once more for all our presenters. Thank you very much. I think with that we come to the end of this plenary session. Thank you very much, sirs, for your time and for your presentation. Once again, please let's appreciate them. Thank you very much. Okay. Immediately after now, we'll be going for the parallel sessions, but I would like to quickly inform us of the remaining programs for this technical session. In Hall A, which is where we are now, we'll be taking the sub-theme, enhancing the construction industry, perspectives of key stakeholders, manufacturers, contractors, specialists, and developers. Enhancing the construction industry, perspectives of key stakeholders, manufacturers, contractors, specialists, and developers. It will be holding in Hall A, which is where we are now. We'll be taking 2 papers here. One is by QS Temitope Awuyemi, titled Impact of Public Debt on Infrastructure Development in Selected African Countries, Imperatives for Construction Stakeholders. And the second paper, titled Enhancing Performance of Construction Industry, the Value Management Option, will be taken by QS Meeting underway in this hall. And then the second hall that we'll be using is Hall C. Hall C, that is the basement hall, which is down or in the basement. Please take note of that. The sub-theme that will be taken there is construction industry and national economic development. And we have 2 papers there also. The first paper is titled Nigeria's Downstream Oil Subsector, Review of Challenges and Implications for National Infrastructure and Economic Development. And that will be taken by QS Ademola Eyitope. QS Ademola Eyitope will be taking that paper. And the second paper that will be taken in that stream is titled Construction Industry and National Economic Development, the Impact of Construction Industry on National Economic Development. And it will be taken by QS Dr. Anjiba Lamte Pudikom. There she will be taking that second paper. Immediately after these 2 sessions, we'll come together for the communique, and after that we will break for lunch, or we'll be going for lunch. Today the lunch will be taken in a different way. We are setting up a segment for the junior members, that's those who are being inducted and those who are still young members below 5 years. There will be a section for them, and then the other section will be for fellows and those who have been members upwards of 10 years. The reason why we are doing that is we want to have a networking session where members can have time to discuss together. So please, from now we'll go into the parallel session, and the session facilitator for Hall A is QS Amuda Yusuf Ganiu. Is there? Please, can you stand up for recognition? And then the session facilitator for Hall C is QS Alabo George. Please, can you stand up for recognition? Okay. Please, we have 5 minutes to quickly go to the different halls and settle down as we take these parallel sessions. Thank you very much.
please. The attention of QS Temitokpe Aoyemi and